Got a hot take for you. You ready for this one? On this team, the 2022-23 team, I don't want GG Jackson. I want Pete Nance. Woo! Yeah, I can feel and hear some of you getting all ruffled and buffed up right now and saying, Isaac, you're silly. That's just ridiculous. But hear me out. First off, let's just dispel this, that North Carolina didn't move on Pete Nance until GG said he didn't want to reclassify. Carolina was actually waiting on Pete Nance. Remember, he said he didn't want to talk until he went through the draft process and did everything. All the while, Gigi's thinking he doesn't want to reclassify. Carolina needs to make their move. They're not going to wait around. The University of North Carolina is a train that keeps on rolling. Again, no one player is bigger than the program. And if Pete Nance is the man that fits and works, that's who we're going to get. Now, again, give me Pete Nance on this team over GG Jackson on this team. The reason I say this is because this team is ready to go. You get back 4 of your 5 experienced starters from a team that came this close to winning the national championship this last year. Yes, you lose Brady Manek, another extremely proven college basketball commodity. But you get back your other 4 starters, your dual junior backcourt, your wing, your 3, Leaky Black, who is a super senior now, and your 5, your center, Armando Bacot, who is a true senior. And you bring in and add to that mix Pete Nance, who is, same as Leaky Black, has played 4 years of college basketball and now is going to use his COVID year. Yes, GG Jackson is an immense basketball talent, and he would certainly add things. But think about the difference in some of this. With this team that's ready to go, they have experience. They have no need to catch up and learn what it means to be a college basketball player. They hit the ground running. Yes, there are certain things that Pete Nance is going to need to learn about the Carolina system and how Carolina does things differently than Northwestern, just like Brady Manek would have had to do last year, or Dawson Garcia, or Justin McCoy, or any other transfer in this transfer-heavy era. But that's the way of it. If GG Jackson had come early and been part of this team, he'd be playing catch-up. Bacot, Black, Love, Davis, they're not going to have any time or patience for somebody having to learn and not understand what's going on. They're ready to step onto the court and go. Pete Nance brings that. GG Jackson doesn't. Heck, Puff Johnson brings that. GG Jackson doesn't. And this is not a knock on GG Jackson. It's just the fact of whether it was GG Jackson or any other player in the class of 2023 reclassifying and coming in. It doesn't matter. It's a whole different ballgame. And yes, maybe eventually he catches up, but it just allows you with Pete Nance, you hit the ground and you go and you can open up a much more detailed and advanced practice early in the season. Coach Roy Williams talked about this a lot. Remember, with returning experienced teams, he would talk about what an easy job it was at practice to not have to start at square one. You could start more at square 5, 6, 7, 8 and go from there. And yes, on this team, you have 3 incoming freshmen, 1 in Will Shaver, who's already been there. And they're going to have to catch up, but they're not going to be heavily relied upon as you would if GG Jackson had taken the role that Pete Nance will play. Right? They can play catch up, learn along in real time, but Coach Davis doesn't really have to slow down as much to cater to them because he's not going to rely on them. They can learn at their own speed while Coach Davis goes at a graduate advanced level with everyone else who's already been there. Pete Nance has played 4 years in college again. Also remember, Pete Nance is both the son of and brother of an NBA player. So that takes his learning, his IQ, his understanding of what you got to do to a whole other level. Not to mention, you're not dealing with whatever it's going to be with Gigi's mom. You're not dealing that with the Nance family. Man, from all accounts, these people are in... Not that Gigi's mom isn't kind. That's not... Hear me not saying that. But just... It seems like she's just trouble. And with Pete Nance's family, everything I've heard is that they're just extremely kind, understanding people, grateful for every opportunity, so happy to be in Chapel Hill. You hear that? So happy to be in Chapel Hill? They want to be there. That's the person that Coach Davis wants. With Gigi, there would be frustrations. There would be this learning curve. And yes, long term, you get to January or February, March, and hopefully you're further advanced, but you're still not to the point of having played 4 years of college prior to that. It's just different. Different body, different skill set. Now, hear me not saying that Pete Nance long-term has a higher ceiling than Gigi Jackson. That's not it at all. Once again, remember how I phrased it. I want Pete Nance for this team more than I want Gigi Jackson for this team. Now, if you could have them both, great. That would be a phenomenal problem to have. But that's just not the reality of what this year is. So, give me Pete Nance over Gigi Jackson. Because once again, remember, I told you I'm going to remind you every segment, no one player is bigger than the program. And for this year, Pete Nance makes this program better.